Hi, Princess Lily here with another Transgirl CNC, where we talk about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, I don't think I mentioned what we were talking about in our end of the week video this week, but we're talking about this. It's Motor Crush from Image Comics. It's a really superb, amazing comic, which is like, we'll totally get into why I like it, why it's good. We'll talk a little bit about the story without getting into too much details, because you should be reading this. Totally, 100%. So, before we get into all of that, I do have to kind of make a retraction statement. In the last video, I said that Magdalena Visaggio was doing a full run for Marvel for Dazzler, writing that book. It turns out it's just going to be a one-shot. I don't want you to feel any less excited about it, because I certainly am not. A little disappointed it's not a full run, but I'm still excited because she's a really great writer. Dazzler's a great character. But, I mean, you know, to add on to the news, Magdalena Visaggio is getting a full run series. It's just in Black Mask Studio for Kim and Kim. If you haven't watched the video where I talk and gush over Kim and Kim, you totally should. It's great. I think the audio on that one's not as strong as my other videos, but that is what it is. The new comic coming out in June is called Oh Shit! It's Kim and Kim. You should definitely read the other stories before that, Kim and Kim Love is a Battlefield. We'll talk about Kim and Kim Love is a Battlefield in an upcoming video. I can't wait to talk to you about that because it's really fun, it's really great. The characters are so fun. The colors and the art, everything about those books is just amazing. But we'll totally get into that another time. Today, we're going to get into this. As I've already said, it's Motor Crush from Image Comics, and wow, is this a book, or is this a book? Like, obviously it's a book. But, I don't know of any other comic that makes such liberal use of the color pink, but this one certainly does, and it manages to blend it all in a really exciting way. The comic is about Domino Swift. Who is Domino Swift? Domino Swift is a racer. She races motorcycles, and professionally, on the side, you know, however she can. She loves speed, and she's good. She's real good. In her corner, cheering her on, is her father, Sully. He used to be a bike racer himself, won a few Grand Prix himself, and he just is like, yeah, you got this. You're my daughter. I love you. You're great. You're going to be amazing. You're so good at what you do. But they both have a secret. Well, they share a secret. While Domino is trying to race on the up and up, she's also racing illegally in something called the Cannonball. What is the Cannonball? The Cannonball is an illegal race held by gang members in order to procure a drug called Crush. It makes your vehicle go fast. Too much of it messes up your vehicle, but you can also use it yourself using a specialized inhaler, and it does, you know, I guess weird things for you too. Makes you faster, stronger, whatever. You know, it's an interesting little chemical. Now, everything is overseen by the producers. The producers are basically like the shadowy government. They do what they want. They're like the mafia, more or less, in this world. They do what they want. They like promote not only the legal races, but the Cannonball itself, and they control all the Crush. Whew. Talking. There are other great characters in this book that I really like. There's so many interesting gang members, and some of them are important and some of them are not important, but you know, and it's easy to tell who is and who isn't. But the other, like, really main character in this book, other than the flying cat ball that sometimes broadcasts what Domino's doing to the world, other than that, the other main character is Lola. She is Domino's ex-girlfriend. She's an awesome mechanic with like this luscious pink mane of hair. It's like a pastel pink, and she just kills it. I love it. I love her. She's got a really great attitude. Of course, she's in her own kind of trouble. You know, she used to be the mechanic for the Swifts, but things happened between her and Domino, so she left, took over her mother's bar, And unfortunately, Bart fell into a hard time. She got into trouble with the producers, and now she owes them a bunch of money. And so, Domino's trying to help her out while also, being helped out by Lola because, she still has feelings for her. She still really likes her. Also, she's a really good mechanic. It's that kind of thing. The reason that Domino needs her help is because, well, the mechanic that showed up after Lola was the guy who, he's only in, one issue. He's not important. He's just there to kind of drive the conflict along. So Domino breaks his cannonball. She wins Cannonball. She gets more Crush, and as it turns out, she doesn't get all the Crush she's promised. 4 vials she doesn't get. She gets 3 vials because the other one is used to kill the mechanic that came after Lola and now before Lola. Anyway, the point being is Crush is bad for you in undiluted doses. It, turns your insides to your outsides, and that's not good, obviously. So Domino goes home, discovers that her Crush stash is gone. That junkie mechanic stole it? What's that about? I don't even know. Obviously, he was, addicted himself, and now there is trouble a-brewing afoot. Domino tries to steal back her supply from the producers because, they swiped it off the guy trying to steal more from them, and basically gets into a whole heap of trouble. She reveals herself to be Domino Swift because she's been using an alias, to race the cannonballs, and she tries to work up a deal, and things just go absolutely bonkers. Bonkers to the max. It turns out that Domino actually ingests the Crush in a completely different way, and I don't want to tell you what that way is or how it works with her, because once again, I want you to read this. It's a really good book. But it is so interesting because there's just this big secret to who is Domino? What is Domino? Why does she react to this drug in this way? And, what's all this about? On top of that, there's the love story between her and Lola, the will they, won't they get back together. You really hope that they do because there's such a good history, but maybe they don't, and that's okay. You can't always fix relationships that have been broken apart, no matter how much you want them to be fixed. And sometimes you just gotta move on, and that's what life is. Life sucks like that. But we'll see how it goes. There are 10 issues out currently. This comic has been out for about a year and a half. It's had kind of a weird update schedule where they'll release monthly and then stop a couple months and then start again and then stop. So, definitely you can catch up on it. There's a trade paperback for it already, a graphic novel that you can pick up and, get a good chunk of what the story is about and see if you like it, see if you want to subscribe to it. I would totally would because the characters are just interesting. You really feel for them, and the way the art is drawn is just it's so good and it's so great. And Domino is a character unto herself. It's pretty amazing. I'm just covering a speaker right now. Yep, because I don't want to re-record this. So yeah, that's it. That's Motor Crush. Read it. It's good. 10 issues. You're going to like the characters. You're going to like the story. It's kind of, a futuristic story that has a little bit of a post-apocalyptic feel to it, but not that much. It's just kind of like the situation, the setting that leans itself to that kind of narrative. So I think you'll like that. Yeah, and that's it. So I don't know what we're going to talk about this weekend. We'll see. Maybe we talk about Kim and Kim Loves the Battlefield, because I haven't yet. Maybe we don't. Maybe we talk about something completely different. But whatever it is, I hope you're here for it. Until then, I'm Fire Princess Lily, and enjoy comics, enjoy cartoons. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.